Perfect night in northeastern Wisconsin. Temperature upper 60s. Clifton on the other side is the oldest starting left tackle in the league. And the first play from scrimmage is from the 24-yard line. Rodgers slings it to the outside. And it is Rodgers under pressure, and he gets swarmed under. That's Jonathan Casillas. Third down and 12 from the 35-yard line. Errant snap. Rodgers has to one-hand it with the left hand and then throws for a first down. Again, they stack the backs here on 1st and 10 out of the short shotgun. And Rodgers deep down the left side for Nelson, who makes the catch inside the 15-yard line. He beats Patrick Robinson. 4 wide here on 3rd and 4. Here come the Saints. Rodgers throws. Back shoulder caught. Touchdown, Greg Jennings. They go to work on Patrick Robinson on the drive. The big play was the 16-yard gain to Driver on 3rd down and 12. And you've got Sproles now in the backfield out of the shotgun on 2nd down and 7 from the 23-yard line. And the pass is caught. That is Marcus Colston losing the ball at the 34-yard line, and the Packers are all over it. Nick Collins created the fumble, and the indication is that it is Green Bay ball. In 2006, 2nd down and 5. From the 31-yard line. Grant cuts it back over right tackle. Did very well in postseason. Didn't carry the ball during the regular season until December. And the pass is caught over the middle, and that is Jermichael Finley. 2nd and goal. And the pass caught at the 6-yard line. Robinson again, 3rd down and goal.
Big zone all the way. He has help.
They go to the other side. Nelson, touchdown, Green Bay. Fourteenth year in the league. 3rd down and 6. 4-man rush. Brees under pressure, hit as he throws, but gets it away to Sproles. And Sproles into Green Bay territory for a first down. Gain of 36 on a 3rd down. Pierre Thomas now comes in as the running back. Off the play fake. The pass to Thomas a little high, but he reaches for it and come up tight on 3rd down and 1. Thomas is the back. The fake to him. Brees has time. Brees going deep. He throws, caught, touchdown. Robert Meacham into the end zone. Well, they're down 14-0, but in the Sean Payton regime, in all aspects, 2nd down and 8. And that pass is caught, and again turning around and beating the coverage.
Force Green Bay to go the long route. They'll eventually have some penalties. Something will go in their favor.
2nd and 12, they go no huddle, and the pass is caught on the slant. Saints come, pass caught, and again, this is Finley tackled from behind by Harper. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Over the middle. That is caught. Here's Cobb, the rookie inside the 10. Touchdown Packers. And Randall Cobb will do his first Lambeau leap. Brees with a real clean pocket that time, and is lucky that one wasn't. Final play of the quarter. 2nd and 10. And that's a nice run by Pierre Thomas, bouncing off Packers.
Trying to match him.
In Chicago, he almost pulled a Leon Lett by holding the ball out in front of him. 2nd down and 8. Brees steps off the spot, then throws and finds the open receiver. That's Jimmy Graham. 2nd and 13. Quick 2-step drop, and then the pass is caught, but Williams is right there. Really emerged in 2010. 3rd down, 14. Only a 3-man rush, 8 back. Brees throws, finds the open man. 3rd and 4. Flank Sproles to the left. Brees over the middle into a lot of traffic, and that's incomplete. Intended for Marcus Colston. Carolina Panther, 30-yard attempt. And Casey, the other day, he has 4 children. From the 20, Rodgers will start from the shotgun with 5 wide. A shoulder shake, and then over the middle, and bang, Donald Driver gets popped at the 36-yard line. And Rodgers steps into pressure and then The ball is batted up in the air. Jabari Greer
ready to make plays.
Tim Mastay kicking in the direction of Darren Sproles, who'll finally get a chance for a run back from the 29-yard line. Here goes Sproles into Green Bay territory, and Darren Sproles picked up from San Diego to replace Reggie Bush to take that role. Touchdown. Different starters last year, most ever for a Super Bowl team, excluding the 87 strike and replacement player season. And that's too deep, intended for from the 23-yard line. Rodgers slings it a little low, and it is caught at the 36-yard line. 201 yards already for Rodgers tonight, who leads every fantasy league at the moment. Donald Driver. Starks. And James Starks, second year out of first and 10 from the 48-yard line. Starks runs right over Harper.
He learned on the fly and learned in a hurry.
Second and 11 to the outside. Jennings, slip move right there. Beautiful. Escapes another tackle. And then Porter, who he beat the first time. Rodgers to the outside. Loves that play. Starks. First down. Touchdown. 17 yards. Prodigy, third year, 6.5 sacks last year. That is a lot for a nose tackle. There goes Ingram. Ingram exploits that hole.
A lot of ribs.
Yes, plenty. Thinking the same thing. From the 41-yard line. To the outside he goes this time. And that's Devery Henderson. Second and 5. Thomas stays in as the running back. And Brees throws on a slant. That's caught. Both head coaches, the play callers. Sean Payton, Mike McCarthy on first down. Brees checks underneath. Third option, breaking away that time is Thomas. He breaks away from the tackler. Third and 2, they go 4 wide with only Collins left in the backfield. He blocks Matthews momentarily, but the other side takes care of him. Eric Walden. They took care of Matthews initially, but then Walden breaks free from the right defensive side for a big sack, taking the place of the injured Garrett Hartley. And Casey's kick is good. Opening night. 8-point game. Morstead to kick off. And from 8 yards back, Cobb is going to bring it back. And the rookie breaking tackles on his way into Saints territory, and the second round draft choice goes all the way for a touchdown. Wow. 108 yards in his NFL debut.
Another slip. Look at that. He basically does a barrel roll and comes out and scores a touchdown.
Ties the NFL record. Ellis Hobbs had a 108-yard return for New England against the Jets in the 07 season. Now here's Sproles, and he's run one back off a punt. Sproles past the 30, 40. This is unbelievable. And finally ridden out of bounds by Shields. Right.
Pretty interesting twist.
Second and 12. Brees deep over the middle, and that's caught.
Sick after watching Randall Cobb run that one back. He got his team back in the game. He's got to do it again now.
A shoulder shake, pump fake, and it's caught down the sideline. Touchdown, number 19, Devery Henderson. And Rodgers going that way, and the pass incomplete. Again intended for Driver. With Sproles back. Mastay with a line drive, end-over-end kick. Sproles at the 30-yard line. Look out. To the outside he goes, and then he's taken down because from the 49, the Saints begin this drive with Brees throwing to the outside. That is caught, and it's Henderson breaking a couple of tackles. From the 36, Thomas to the 31. Brees with a couple of touchdown passes tonight. He's now thrown a touchdown pass with a flag down here.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense, number 21.
From the 16-yard line, the inside handoff to Sproles. Scoop to the outside as the running back. Collins the fullback. And they give it to Ingram. He puts his head down. And when they umpire, so there you have it. They go to the veteran Thomas. Pierre. They fake it to him. Brees running for his life. Spinning all the way around. Throws. Incomplete. Might have gone for the field goal.
Not quite as intimidating on that side tonight, and not a lot of running plays to deal with.
2nd down and 6. Here they come on a blitz, and Rodgers gets it away into traffic, and it's Jennings with a flag down making the catch. Coming of age performance for him. 2 minutes to the end of the 3rd, and open and making the catch. This time it's Jennings again.
Deserved the MVP, but Clay Matthews and Greg Jennings certainly co-favorites.
And that guy had a pretty good day too. Jordy Nelson, 40-yard line.
Blitz coverage here, one-on-one everywhere. No, they pull out of it.
And then it's caught outside by Jordy Nelson. On 1st down. Rodgers. Hassel throws. The Saints had to take a defensive timeout. The running back is Starks. They give it to Kuhn, the fullback, and Kuhn to the 10-yard line. 2nd down and goal from the 8. That's caught. Nelson will take the ball to the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal. He's already thrown for over 300 yards. Starks is the back. They give it to Kuhn, and he goes. Touchdown. This Lambeau Leap will be about 7-8 on the Richter scale.
Super Bowl experience we had.
Yeah, but they got rid of the guy who recovered it. On 1st down with 5 minutes to go. The pass into traffic over the middle is caught by Jimmy Graham from the 37-yard line. Blitz coming. Brees stepping up, stepping away, goes down to the 35-yard line. 4:10 to go, down by 15 with 1 timeout, 2 plays to get the first. Brees throws, and I was going to say needs another play, but he doesn't. 3 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. They go 5 wide on 3rd and 10. And Brees guns it over the middle, and the catch is made. Sproles is the back. They give it to Sproles, and Sproles gets decked. Over the middle, batted, incomplete. 3rd and goal. Brees. The fake to the outside to Graham. Touchdown. Touchdown, Saints. And that's going to make it. The quarterback comparison, 348 for Brees. But the veteran, and he knows how to kick onside kicks. He's going to bounce one. And it's going to be recovered by the Packers. It's Donald Driver. You put the good hands guys out there. So it comes down to this. A 1st down would in effect end the game. It's 3rd down and 4. Starks is the back. Rodgers to the outside, and that is only to the line of scrimmage where Kuhn, he doesn't want to pull a Matt Dodge here. And that kick, well, how perfect is that? How perfect is that?
But his feet slid in the end zone.
Right. When I say how perfect,
Touchback. 1st down at the 20-yard line.
When I say how perfect, I'm talking about.
Maybe.
I'm talking about the
Did
punt.
that knee hit?
But it would have to be reviewed upstairs, and they're not going to review it because the coaches have no challenges in the last 2 minutes. And that's Sproles making the catch. When they reviewed it, the word we're getting from the replay booth is they're saying his foot was in the end zone. Here's Brees, and that is caught by Jimmy Graham. His momentum took him there, and therefore he is in the end zone. Here's Brees.
Wow, here we go.
And Brees hits Meacham, and Meacham.
Unlike college football, that clock doesn't stop after a 1st down.
And Brees throws into traffic, and how did he thread that baby in there? 18-yard line, 24, 23, and ticking down.
Not spiking the ball. He's going after this thing right now, not letting the Packers get settled.
From the 18, over the middle.
You got to hurry now.
To the 9-yard line. Now do you spike it? He's got to spike it, I think.
Go.
Or take a shot. Here's Brees, 5 seconds. And he spikes it here to leave him one play. But can he get 10 more? And a 2-point conversion. Rolling. Throwing.
Pass
Knocked
interference.
down. Pass interference, though, in the end zone, which will extend the game.
Pass interference. Defense, number 50. Ball we placed at the 1-yard line. We will extend the game by 1 play.
The running back is Ingram. They give it to him. He can't get it. They'll unpile. They'll make it official. And that's it. Back to football. I'll say. What a game. Mike Turkback, the defensive line coach. The Packers exult. They win on opening night. Frustrating loss for Brees and the Saints.
All right, how about Brian Urlacher and the Bears? Urlacher playing after the passing of his mother. The Bears in New Orleans. No score here, and Matt Forte is a man.
He's been Mr. Consistent now for the Bears in the run game and in the passing game.
42 yards. Down to the Saints 45. Jay Cutler looking for Dane Sanzenbacher.
Up under duress all day, Fran. The guy was sacked 6 times today, 11 on the year, leading the league in being sacked.
Again.
That's a roughing the passer penalty. I'm not so sure that was a good call. So it's Cutler to Sanzenbacher again. The rookie from Ohio State, 8 yards.
Oh, yeah, strong one. See how quickly you flip that ball out.
He can make all those throws off balance.
Bears on top 7-0, 7-3 now, 3rd and 12. Brees. Once and all.
Nobody throws a more beautiful deep ball than that flight pattern, that flight pad that Drew Brees threw.
Remember now, didn't have Marcus Colston, didn't have Lance Moore, hits Jeffrey Henderson there, 79 yards, 1:57 left in the half now on a 3rd and 9. It's Cutler to Matt Forte. He's got to be one of the better backs in the league, catching the football out of the backfield.
There's no doubt. And when he gets in the secondary, he's a big, strong guy to take down.
Minute 31. Cutler goes right back to him.
Here he goes.
Reminds you a lot of some mixture of little Roger Craig right there, coach. A little Marshall Falk right there, too.
I can't do it like that, Marshall. That Mike said that.
32 yards.
Here he goes again.
32 seconds here, and it's just Cutler to Forte. It led to a Robbie goal, field goal, 16-10. Saints break. Forte 118, and the Bears 165 yards in the first half. Third quarter, 16-13. Cutler, bam! Get rid of it. Doesn't see Turk McBride. Jonathan Vilma recovers. Cutler never had a shot.
You got tight ends protecting on the backside against defensive ends. That's a mismatch.
You got a dome, and those offensive linemen can't hear anything, and they're hitting Cutler in the head.
That led to this. Brees, Meacham, Saints on top, 23-13. 44 seconds left here on a 3rd and 5. And Jimmy Graham is starting to emerge.
What are you? Did I say you 3 or 4 times?
That's a big man. That's a big man.
Major Wright never had a chance. He did not return. And Darren Sproles, key all-season pickup. They let Reggie Bush go. They traded him, and Sproles is paying dividends.
Let me tell you something, boy. He is playing Reggie Bush's role like Reggie Bush has never played it before in his life. I know Reggie's from Hollywood, but that dude right there is acting like Reggie should have.
They called it a touchdown. All touchdowns are reviewable. It looked like he stepped out of bounds, but they said it was still a touchdown. Cutler never had a shot.
Whoa.
Sacked by Jonathan Casillas.
Pressured all day.
Cutler was sacked 6 times, and all right, you want
I like to see this.
Jay Cutler.
I like to see this, though, Jay.
Get it right there.
I'm believing in you, Jay.
Let's take you to New Orleans here, where a former 7-year pro, Steve Gleason, recently diagnosed with ALS. He served as the honorary captain. Arian Foster did not play with that hamstring. Texans up 10-7. Matt Schaub to Andre Johnson.
One-on-one.
Peace, period.
Corner outside. Mike, This is the best receiver in the game right now. Do you agree?
He's the best in the game. Big, fast, strong, everything.
7 catches, 128 yards for Johnson, led to a field goal. Brees here picked off by Jonathan Joseph. He was looking for Devery Henderson. The Texans take over, led to another Neil Racker as a field goal, and Drew Brees not happy. 16-10 at the break. Third quarter, Brees flushed out. This time he finds Robert Meacham. So many weapons.
He has so much pocket presence, so much mobility, and he keeps his eyes downfield.
19-17 down, and it's Brees looking for Jimmy Graham. Daniel Manning is there. Move.
Looks like there's confusion between the quarterback and Jimmy Graham. I think Drew wanted him to cut on a basic cross instead of take the seam.
Yep. Cross his face, coach. Yep. You got to go across that guy's face.
So Manning comes up with a pick. Fourth quarter here. On the ensuing Texans drive, it's Schaub to James Casey, who lays out for the 26-yard touchdown. Texans on top, 26-17. And Drew Brees says it's time to get our offense in gear to Jimmy Graham. Big boy, 6'6".
Great passers in this game, very accurate. You give them a foot of space, and they're going to drop it in there.
26-24, Schaub now to Andre Johnson, but Jabari Greer is there for the pick.
Cover 2-man, man underneath. He did his job, stayed up under the receiver because he had help over top.
Brees now to Lance Moore from 16 yards away. We were trying to find out, Michael, if the Texans were a legitimate contender here. This was a game that would show us whether they could compete with the league's best, and they just didn't have enough.
And we talked about it on game day morning that the tough part of this is you got to play 4 hard quarters because you have Drew Brees on the other side. Schaub did a wonderful job, but Brees is a master.
Sometimes you got to be a little bit lucky here, and the ball bounced the right way, and Houston gets the easy tip for the touchdown.
Right into Kevin Walter's hands here. And Walter saunters in. Schaub, 373 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Saints coming right back. And how much has Jimmy Graham evolved for this football team?
That ball was thrown right over the shoulder pad of the linebacker in Tampa 2 coverage. Fantastic route. Jimmy Graham is something.
Plus, Daniel Manning is going to hear from the league on that one. It's a helmet-to-helmet hit. So that penalty moved the Saints closer.
We like the banger right here. Mark Ingram from Alabama, their first-round pick. He can go in between the tackles.
That's such a great run.
Saints went for 2 and got it up 40-33. Texans now with a last shot, and Schaub dropped by Lee Torrance, shaken up on the play, had his head hit there at the end. 4th and 21 now, and he's looking deep middle.
Andre
The ball is incomplete.
What a game.
So the Saints and the Texans, their first loss. New Orleans wins it 40-33.
Let's go to Jacksonville. New Orleans Saints at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Blaine Gabbert, last in the league.
We watched this game, and I think we all had the same thought, didn't we? That the Saints, bit lackluster.
Yes.
How'd you like to be lackluster and rack up over 500 yards of offense?
And that's what's up. You go out early, and it just seemed like it was going to be a 30-point game.
Yeah.
That was Darren Sproles for 19. Saints leading 7-0. Second quarter, Sproles again for 15.
Well, this is the top development for the Saints coming out of this game. They rushed for 177 total yards. And remember, that was such a key component for them when they won the Super Bowl a few years back.
Becoming a huge component, the young tight end Jimmy Graham. It's 14-0.
Outstanding game. A lot of talent, and that's how you finish.
Blaine Gabbert's got a young tight end as well. Zach Miller is his name. Number 86 right across the middle. Blaine Gabbert fits it in there nicely. It's 14-7.
Rough day for Gabbert, though. Completed just 40% of his passes on the day.
What's Zach Miller doing right? He didn't get to the end of that celebration. Brees now going to be picked off by Darryl Smith.
Nice tackle. Way to finish it off, though.
Force him, yeah, absolutely. You don't force him out of bounds and make them earn their points.
Led to a field goal, and it was 14-10. Third quarter, still 14-10. Toss sweep, Darren Sproles, cut back 34 yards.
Pound for pound, that will be the best free agent acquisition. And what people keep forgetting is Darren Sproles was Reggie Bush before Reggie Bush was.
He's a better version of
more
Reggie,
effective
Reggie
version
Bush.
of him.
You like to follow that?
Yeah, that was good. I had you.
Okay.
56 yards receiving for Sproles, 75 rushing, and of course he can give you something in the return game.
Maurice Jones-Drew also has something to offer. 41 yards up the middle, bouncing out to the right side. Fourth play of the drive. 3 plays later, it's 3rd down and 12 at the Saints' 41. Gabbard with time, picked off by Patrick Robinson.
Right? There were guys, he had a receiver over there. There were just a few other guys that were there too.
He doesn't have a ton to work with either.
Absolutely.
Led to another Saints field goal, and it was 20-10 New Orleans. Fourth quarter, Jaguars still trailing by 10, facing 3rd and 6 at their own 24. Gabbard not picked off this time, but sacked Will Smith.
Gabbard sacked 3 times on the day. Good effort from the Saints defense. Greg Williams dialing up some things that confused the young quarterback.
Drew Brees giving it back, pass tipped, picked off by DeJuan Landry.
2 picks on the day for Drew.
But again, that play there, you got to catch the ball. You touch your fingers, you know, Tom, how that works.
I know that. I just, you know what?
You got to catch the ball.
The elite quarterbacks just get a pass, don't they?
4th and 11. Gabbard incomplete to fellow rookie Cecil Shorts. Gabbard was just 16 out of 42.
Yeah, 40% completion rate if my math is correct, or at least close to that. Let's just estimate.
You are a Rain Man, so I'm taking your word for it.
Drew Brees.
Wow.
Is that Jimmy Graham again?
Yes, it is.
Jimmy Graham.
I mean, it's just, look who was chasing him initially. A linebacker.
It's a good matchup.
You split a tight end out, or you run the wheel route with a tight end, and you just cannot. You can't defend that if you're a defense.
Drew Brees throws for 351 yards, touchdown, 2 picks, but his team wins 23-10.
That's one you look back at the end of the year and go, you know what? We went to Jacksonville. We didn't play great. We came away with a 13-point win.
And you look at Jacksonville also, and I say with Gabbard, I just think they got to do more things that he's comfortable with. Put him in more situations, more spread formation. That's where he's done best. I mean, if you're going to put him in the game and work with him in his strengths.
Give him some help. And quietly, Maurice Jones-Drew has had a very, very good start to the season.
49ers win by 45. All right, so Drew Brees and the Saints taking on the young phenom Cam Newton. This is the first divisional matchup for both of these teams. How about that jump pass to Steve Smith?
He's having the best year of his career.
See, it's 2 guys you don't miss. Do not try to fight Andre Johnson. Do not try to fight Steve Smith. Watch the way he manhandles this little man. Watch this, Mike. Man, come here. What's wrong with you? No, watch it. Keep watching. Don't play with me.
Man,
name is Steve Smith. Fool.
He is so
Here
strong.
comes Cam. Say it again, Luke.
And Steve Smith hit by Roman Harper, was flagged for the late hit there.
Did you see that? Went up in the air, stiff arm on the way down. Get off me.
Tell you what, who else is a beast is Jimmy Graham.
Oh, it's from the U too, Coach. Yeah. This is from the U.
Gets away from Charles Godfrey there.
Loves this guy.
25 yards. Mark
Graham
Ingram
preaching
punching
every
in.
Sunday.
Saints on top 17-6. How about this?
Counter option. I used to run this in college.
When you wait for Williams to get going
First
here.
rushing touchdown by someone other than Cam. I knew.
Nice stiff arm.
69 yards. Williams has 100 for the day. Panthers cut the lead 17-13. 18 seconds left in the half here. Brees to Darren Sproles.
I like this guy now. Leads the league in all-purpose yards. He does it all.
They have no timeouts left. They try to rush the field goal unit on the field. John Casey lines up for a 46-yard attempt. Time's running out, but Ron Rivera calls timeout because he thought he had too many men on the field. And so that gave John Casey plenty of time to set up and knock it down from 46 yards away. So that's key because that's 3 more points the Saints would not have had at the break to go up 20-13. Third quarter now, 23-20.
What you calling a timeout for? 25-yard penalty. I don't care.
To Graham, it's Tip Sherrod Martin with the interception.
But the penalty, if he may miss the field goal because they was rushing out there.
Let's move on, friend.
I'm sorry.
And the fourth
That's
quarter.
a rushing for the passer penalty on Sean Rodgers. It's nipping to Greg Olsen. 5 yards. And Cam and the Panthers up 27-23.
I love the fun that Cam has while he's playing this game.
But how many quarterbacks are better in the 2-minute drill?
Not
than
many.
Drew
Not
Brees?
many, maybe 2.
That was a 3rd and 3 there.
Brady and Manning.
And now it is Brees to Pierre Thomas. Brees 8 for 9 on that drive for 80 yards. Saints on top, but the Panthers aren't done. 27 seconds left. Looking for Olsen. It's incomplete, but Roman Harper. Call for pass interference.
Roman Harper.
Yeah, we have contact and laundry on the field.
Same man who hit Steve Smith after that touchdown.
Having a rough day.
5 seconds left. 12. Newton Flushed out. Shoot it.
Off his back leg.
But it's not deep enough. And Drew Brees. And Cam Newton spent some time with Drew Brees during this offseason, picked his brain a little bit, and appreciative to Tampa for the other NFC South matchup. Josh Freeman and the Bucs coming off that 45-point loss to the Niners. Drew Brees, they had a tough one against the Panthers a week ago. Jimmy Graham, the completion. Look out, Coach!
Oh, boy.
It's head coach Sean Payton.
This is the biggest injury of the day in the National Football League.
Torn MCL. Also fractured his knee. He's going to have surgery, Coach Payton says, Monday, and he hopes to be back at work Tuesday. But a trooper, Coach Payton stayed on the sidelines in the first half.
He called the game from the bench there, but then he left in the second half.
Next Saints possession here, it's Brees to Marcus Colston.
You're wide open like that, Mike.
Yeah, it's good seeing Colston making those plays, man. But Drew Brees, he threw him open with his
Good call, Coach.
Coach Payton fired up.
Coach from the bench.
7-3 now, Josh Freeman. This has been an issue for Tampa all year. No deep threat. Aurelius Ben now, 65 yards. Malcolm Jenkins, get off me.
Nice place fake. I mean, Josh put that ball in his belly, took it back out, and handed that ball down the pass.
13-7 now. More from Freeman to Preston Parker.
This is what you get with a young, talented team. You get great games like this. You get down like last week against the Niners in a beatdown. You're going to get a lot of up and down, but boy, what an exciting team.
Freeman, 303 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Joe Vitt, the assistant head coach, so he's in charge. They want to challenge anything? It's going to be Vitt's call. Brees to Graham.
There he is again.
What a grab.
Going up over the guy. Drew Brees says, I will give you an opportunity. Graham says, I'll make that play.
Fourth straight 100-yard game for Jimmy Graham. Brees down to Lance Moore on a 3rd and 9 for 40 yards.
Perfect strike over the top of the defender. Well done by Drew Brees.
And on the very next play, it is Mark Ingram. Watch this cut right there.
Oh, I love this guy. Talked to him this week, man. He says he fell into the perfect place. Loves playing football.
So the Saints, Drew Brees coming back, 23-20, Tampa on top. Freeman to Kellen Winslow, goes up and over.
Oh, he said that other guy from the U would not outdo me here, Kellen Winslow.
Oh, LeGarrette Blount usually does the hurling, but Blount out for this game. Ernest Graham did a nice job in his place, rushed for over 100 yards, but here it is right here, 4th and 2. Game on the line, and Brees looking in the end zone, but Quincy Black with the pick. The Bucs win it 26-20. Here's Drew Brees on the coaching situation.
All you need to know now from Michelle Tafoya. Michelle, limited in practice this week, and he gets the start and the play fake on first down and going deep downfield. It is incomplete. Just getting a hand on it into the right position. Peyton on the field. The play clock is down to 4. And Painter isn't ready for the snap. And the Saints get the first early break. There's a flag down as Painter, as the play clock.
Illegal shift offense on the slot back. Penalty is declined. The runner gave himself up when he recovered the ball. He landed on the ball.
Sean Payton upstairs, first 15 plays scripted. And play number 3 is a pass to the left side. And changing personnel. Now they go to Thomas in the backfield. Brees with a lot of time to the end zone. He goes, and it's a touchdown. Hauled in by Marcus Colston.
Antoine Bethea, the Mecca, the real HU, Howard University. Gerard Powers, Auburn.
Freeney out for the moment, 2nd down and 10. Brees very well aware of that, sets up a screen to the left side. Thomas, and Thomas gets by Bethea. He whiffs, and then he chases him down from behind and saves the touchdown. 2nd and goal, and Brees to the end zone, and that is caught for a touchdown by Colston. Marcus Colston with both tonight. DeLon Carter, 4th round draft pick from Syracuse, in the backfield, and the pass goes to Reggie Wayne.
Painter saw a blitz look out of the Saints. The Saints check out of it and go zone.
Here's Carter. Nice run by Carter.
This place is a little crazy for the no huddle and a young quarterback right now.
Agreed. Very surprising the way they came out. Carter, and he gets taken down. And the ball is loose. The ball is loose. Confirmed.
Tom Johnson's just going to come across the formation and get his arm on the ball. Not sure exactly what DeLon Carter. Haven't even made it through their scripted first 15 plays.
Oh. Sproles.
Wow.
And that's a first down.
All I've ever seen in my whole life in a Super Bowl.
2nd and 9. Brees. Clean pocket.
Knock that right shoulder out. That's another one of those variations off the bootleg there for the Saints that they love.
Now they run a slant, and that is caught. 2nd and goal as Brees again has time and throws, and that's caught by Sproles for a touchdown. A little juke move at the goal line, and in he goes. And Drew Brees has thrown 3 touchdown passes in a little bit more than 14 minutes. Play clock, or the game clock in the quarter, ticking down to 0. This will be the end of the period as Reggie Wayne.
I don't think they have to worry about it.
Donald Brown is in the backfield on 3rd down and 5, and Painter's going to get sacked. Casillas is there. Smith is there as well. And that's one of the most venerable streaks in NFL history. And the pass is caught, and that's Moore spinning away. Looked like he was going to go out of bounds. Fake Kevin Thomas.
Make his move while he's catching the ball. He sees him, but he's anticipating.
2nd and 5. Full house backfield. And Brees finds the open man, and this time it's Meacham. And Brees throws. That's caught by Jimmy Graham, the tight end. 2nd and goal. Ingram is the back. And they give it to the up back. That's Jed Collins, a much traveled free agent pickup. And now they're going to say that he gets in. Looked like they had him stopped. But as they unpile.
And they're on pace to give up 125 points in the first quarter of games. And of course tonight they pitch a shutout. So as you say, go figure.
And there's the big thing that's talked about in town here. They've only forced 4 turnovers in 6 games. But 2 tonight on top of that. And the pass. Sproles to the 26. And Sproles, 30th play of the night run by the Saints. It's their first 3rd down. On 3rd and 7, and they convert. That's Graham, and the tight end takes the ball to the 39 of Indianapolis. 2nd down and 11. Pierre Thomas out of the backfield.
I'm getting abused here, and his mom said, sorry, honey, I can't do anything for you, and hung up the phone.
Grew up in a broken home from birth. 3rd down goal. And Brees has that one deflected. Casey's at back-to-school night. He has 4 kids in Charlotte. Cell phone rings. We need you. Here he is.
I don't know if anybody really believed it or not. I'm starting to believe it now.
Carter. Yeah, that's a good tough running there. And the Carter, is he out of bounds yet or not? Never stepped out. Ball at the 34 now on 2nd and 6. And that's Garcon spinning away from a tackle.
Garcon and very little Reggie Wayne.
From the 19.
You know it's killing him to see his numbers drop off like this.
Playing in his hometown, 2nd and 2. Meanwhile, on 2nd down and goal with 2 minutes, the ball is handed off to Carter, and he gets into the end zone. So Carter sets up the touchdown with that 42-yard.
Might just sit right there and say, this is working out all right.
A new paradigm, as you would say.
There you go.
3rd and 8. Here's Sproles.
Foot smaller than Jimmy Graham, and they're 2 best playmakers.
And that's caught by Colston. They had a night for the ages in the 08 wild card game. When
go on with it. What am I going to do better than what you're doing?
2nd and 1. And Brees wide open is Colston over the middle. And Colston, who's already been into the end zone a couple of times tonight. 267 through the air for Brees, 39 on that last one. 25 seconds left. And Sproles, and he can't get out of the backfield this time. Brees throws a lot of passes to guys behind the line of scrimmage, as is the case there. This will be a 47-yard attempt for Casey. And the oldest player in the league at 41, looks like he's 21 as he boots that one through. And the Saints have a near perfect first half. Colston had that shoulder issue that cost them a couple of games earlier in the season. And now it's caught by Graham and Jimmy Graham.
Receivers list today, and Jimmy Graham may be chasing him one day.
2nd and 6. That's caught on the outside by Thomas. And
threw Brees to get it out of his hand as they spread it out.
Fake, give it to Sproles.
By doing that, it makes it so much tougher on the defense.
And 2nd and 6. Colson, big night for number 12 to the 4-yard line. He goes.
What's up?
1st and goal. Brees trying to go up and over 300, and Graham helps him out by making the catch and getting into the end zone. Jimmy Graham picks up the low throw, and why not? Slam dunk in Philly.
Yeah, Washington's doing everybody in that division a favor, backing up the last couple of weeks. That one's going to probably go right down to the wire.
Here's Ingram. And to the right side, he'll add a few more here. He sends down concepts like Tom Moore did for years with Peyton Manning.
Suggestions.
Yeah. And that's caught by Colston, and he is.
Believe me, the happiest guy in the building right now is Sean Payton, although the guys in the locker room are going to be talking about a
toss to the outside, and that is Sproles taking it. So it goes into the rushing numbers for Sproles and not the passing numbers for Brees. And Brees to Graham for the jump ball and the touchdown. Two touchdowns tonight for the tight end, Graham.
Making the plays on the field. This year he is making a big difference on the defense.
Top pick out of Florida State last year. And then that's incomplete. Never had possession, did Austin Collie. And there are the numbers. Only 4 incomplete passes tonight. 5 touchdowns.
I really thought that was going to end up a perfect passer rating, but came up just short.
And here's Ingram. First down. And through the middle, Thomas.
Because Cam Newton is changing that a little bit now, too.
Sproles stays on his feet. Gets to the end zone. And the town sparkling on a Sunday night. Their football team is having a heck of an evening. And it continues as the pass is picked off by Lee Torrance. And Lee Torrance is inside the 10. Touchdown. And they have already set a team record for most points. We're going to tell you that before that even happened and add on a few more. As the Colts will end their streak this year of consecutive seasons in double digits and going to the playoffs. That's hosted the Super Bowl since then. The team has not even gotten to postseason play. Caught by Collie. Tony retired after the 08 season, and Orlovsky.
There was the head coach going through rehab with them.
Used to be the refuge. Here is Pierre Thomas for a first down. Michelle. Well, if you need some evidence, Your Honor.
Safety's down to try and help against the run, setting up some one-on-one routes, and it's just not how this team was designed to play.
Those 58 points that they gave up, that was the record until tonight. That's all the way back to 1956 when.
Yeah, hard to point at anything except that guy right there, isn't it?
Which player in the league is the most important to his team? Not the best player, not the MVP of the league, but is Brady more valuable to New England than Manning is to Indianapolis and Brees is to New Orleans? Well, again, I don't know that you can answer that definitively, but Peyton's value to the Colts cannot be overstated. 62-7. The Saints roll. The Wendy's post-game report.
Going crazy in the streets of St. Louis. The Cardinals winning the World Series. Tony La Russa on hand for the Rams and Saints. They're trying to maybe give the Rams a little boost here. And defensively, Saints down 3-0. Maybe it worked. Brees sacked by Robert Quinn.
Just a three-man rush.
It's Quinn's first career sack. And then $1:54 left in the half. And it's Brees sacked by Chris Long, who had a monster day and 3 sacks in the game.
They came today. The Rams came to play football.
Like David Freese right there. All right, 2 plays later here.
That can't happen.
And the punt is blocked by Quinn, rolls out of bounds. It led to a Steven Jackson touchdown. The Rams on top 10-0.
You see why he was such a high talked about player during the draft.
All right, 1:06 left here, and Brees is picked off by Josh Gordy after this ball. He's looking for Devery Henderson. Man, the Saints just looked. They scored 62 a week ago.
The crowd is in the game now. The Rams are starting to believe.
20 seconds left in the half, and it's Feely to Brandon Lloyd. They just got him.
What a great acquisition now. Brandon Lloyd, he has 6 catches this game and last game now. And A.J. Feely shoots it in there.
That was a throw.
Rams on top 17-0. How about Steven Jackson? When he's healthy, he runs just as hard as Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, he's an elite back in this league. They just haven't had him available for every game. But boy, like you said, Fran, when he's healthy, he's beast.
11th play of the drive. No one's going to get in Jackson's way. 24-0. The Rams with A.J. Feely as their quarterback. They're up over the Saints. Jackson on 159 yards and a couple of scores. 4th quarter now. Pierre Thomas. All right, so here you're thinking, all right, here come the Saints. 10 minutes left. It's 24-14. They're down by 10. But the Rams, well, Roger Saffold, he moved.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
And this is a huge play. And Steven Jackson's not having it. Steven Jackson is trying to tell that we are not going to lose this game
today. He has
today.
a C on his chest. That's what he's supposed to do. I like that. Lead, man. Lead.
So a couple of Saints possessions later, 3 minutes left in the game. Brees picked off by Darian Stewart.
They were not afraid to jump routes and Drew Brees today. They thought we had nothing to lose, and it worked out.
All right, the Saints got a late touchdown. Brees extended his streak of consecutive games with the TD pass to 35. Hard hitting an NFC South matchup between the Bucs and Saints. Drew Brees, the throwback unis there. Bucs getting LeGarrette Blount back. Opening Bucs possession here. Josh Freeman to Mike Williams, who collides with Tracy Porter.
Very dangerous. Receiver can't protect himself. You should hit him high. You should go high.
Porter left the game on a stretcher, but gave the fans there a thumbs up and
praying for
says he's okay. Says he's okay. A couple of Bucs possessions later here, it's LeGarrette Blount. This is what Blunt's known for. Up and over Malcolm Jenkins.
247-pound back with fresh legs now. He's been injured for a while, but he's back and ready to go.
Yeah, missed a couple of games with a knee injury. 4th and 1 here. Blount, not this time. Jonathan Casillas wraps him up.
Good swarm by Saints defense.
Greg Williams
fired up.
Pumped up for his defense here. And so here comes Darren Sproles.
Man, here's
35 yards to the
Bucs.
31, coach.
Yeah, look at this. Darren Sproles, 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line with no score in the game. This is called 97 stretch. It shows great vision and it shows great patience because if you see opposite colored jersey in the hole, you cut it back, Prime. You see that? You see that? You're coming back all the way to the backside C gap. Here he goes through the hole. That's a great one cut in here. Now get vertical. Now you get in trouble. Cover it up with 2 hands, 8 points of pressure. Very well done. Let's spin out of this thing, go north and south again. And then you're going to get stripped from behind. I'm going to cover that thing up with 2 hands again because I'm very aware. A 35-yard run, and Fran, that leads to this.
That's right. Drew Brees to Lance Moore. Brees 36th straight game with a TD pass. All right. Is that all right? Second all-time there with the Brett Favre. 2nd quarter now. Pierre Thomas. Tell you what, Saints ran the football today. 33 yards here.
Very well.
195 yards on the ground for the day for the Saints. 1st and 15. You mentioned it. I think this is what Phillip Rivers misses the most.
Yeah, look at the screen game. You right there. Get it out. That guy will go to the house. You got a couple of good blocks. What is that?
Go ahead. Let's little Roscoe.
Man, this boy's bad right there, man. That boy is so bad.
14-0. Meanwhile, Josh Freeman upset. Guys don't know where they're lined up at.
But see, look at the leadership, Fran.
He's getting on.
Look at Winslow. Get your butt out of here, man. I ain't got time for this.
Winslow.
I like that.
Preston Parker, Freeman. Making sure everybody knows where they're supposed to be, but not happy. Bucks down 17-3 at the break. Third quarter here, it is a blunt after a Brees interception.
Keep your poise. Keep your poise.
Yeah, that blunt hits back.
Throws a jab there to Will Smith.
Oh, boy.
Though he's flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct, and Raheem
Morris
is not like that.
Son, I thought we were over this.
I gave you a chance, but nobody gave you a chance, and you gonna do this?
Pierre Thomas does that. 9 yards. Saints up 24-6.
No Mark Ingram today. Somebody's got to run in between the tackles.
24-9 here, and it's Freeman to Mike Williams. And that ball is deflected, incomplete.
That's a good play.
But it's pass interference on Lee Torrance. And so here come the Bucks. Freeman to Kellen Winslow. Great grab.
Fake the quarterback draw. I like it.
I like that play too, Coach.
Fredo, win it down enough, Fredo.
Third and 4 here. Drew Brees trying to seal it. Scrambles.
Go down, Drew.
How about Brees? 3,009 yards so far in the season. First quarterback in NFL history to throw for 3,000 passing yards in his first 9 games. The Falcons and Saints. Sean Payton surprising his team. Said the heck with the booth. Coming down on the sidelines there.
In shorts.
Second quarter, Saints down 6-3. Drew Brees loves this young kid from Miami, Jimmy Graham.
What a player right here. Jimmy Graham tries to go up and over, but it tells you the athlete he is. Getting that big body up in the air that high, you'll see. We'll see later when he
jumps right over Thomas Deku, and then later here, it is Brees to Graham, who's wide open.
You see right now.
The best, arguably the best tight end in the NFL, wide open.
And he pulls the goalpost down. They had to come out and fix it there. Meanwhile, Brees, 37 straight games with a TD pass.
Make it level.
Yes, Michael, from the U. All right, the third quarter here, and it is Matt Ryan to Jason Snelling.
It's a lot of business decisions that just was made.
Snelling goes 21 yards for the touchdown. Business decisions up front.
Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 business decisions.
Get it in there.
6, 7.
And Snelling does. And so the Falcons up 13-10. Saints come right back. Brees.
Do that pocket.
Another pocket. To Robert Meacham.
Go make a play. One-on-one. Who wants it more?
Primetime nominee right there, 33 yards, 17-10, fourth quarter here, and it's Ryan looking for Roddy.
Roddy got to have
picked off by Scott Shanley.
Yeah, Roddy has let a few of them go. I know how much it bothers him when I talk to him. He has to catch that one.
Led to a 48-yard John Casey field goal, 4th and 3, and here comes Matt Ryan to Roddy White for a first down there. 2 plays later. And it's Ryan to Tony Gonzalez.
It's a heck of a 2-minute drill now. They go the length of the field to score a touchdown, cut it to 3.
It's another 88 clubber right there. Tony Gonzalez, one of the best ever.
All right, 23-20. The Falcons have just one timeout. They tried an onside kick, but the Saints recover. Do you like the call?
Well, I'd kick it deep. Again, he does not want to kick it deep and have Drew Brees go the length of the field on him again.
3rd and 11 now. Brees steps up, and he hits Marcus Colston. And Colston had 8 catches for 113 yards. Sean Payton says first down.
That's shorts.
All right, but there was a flag down. It was holding there. So here comes the field goal. They thought it was good. Here comes the flag right here. Jimmy Graham called for holding.
There's your double bumper, and he hooks
on Brent
guy on the
Grimes.
outside. He's hooking him. He's hooking him. You got to punch that chest.
You got to punch it.
All right, so Sean Payton says, all right, we're going to punt. So here come the Falcons, 134 left. Three-man defense, and Harry Douglas wide open there.
This kid stays healthy. He's such an asset to this offense.
Douglas, 133 yards.
Going for the win.
Almost picked off by Roman Harper.
That's why he plays defensive back.
That would have been game over.
How the ball hit him in the wrong place. Can't hit him in the hands.
Matt Bryant came over the 27-yard field goal in overtime here. This is 3rd and 1, and Mike Cox, they thought he had a first down. The play reviewed, all plays reviewed in overtime. You see the ball bobble right there. So it's 4th and inches, and Mike Smith's going to go for it. It's unbelievable. At his own 29. And Michael Turner is stuffed.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
So here comes John Casey.
The Saints penetrated, pushed the line of scrimmage back, made the play, actually lost a yard.
Jump that count.
And the Agena weighing in on Smith right there. Casey from 26 yards away. And the Saints, they went in overtime 26-23 after the most controversial call of the week and possibly the season.
Monday Night Football is finally over. Drew Brees, it's like he's backstage there with that curtain. Eli Manning 1-1 at home. He is a native of New Orleans, and the entire Manning family, most of it at least, on hand to watch this. A game that kind of really got out of hand early. Giants, although were making plays, it seemed, marching down the field before Will Herring makes that nice interception of Eli Manning in the end zone. Ensuing Saints possession, 2nd and 4, 7th play of the drive. Look at Darren Sproles get 23.
The best offseason acquisition in the league right there, Sproles.
And maybe one of the biggest losses as well when he left San Diego. Same Saints possession, now the second quarter they switch sides. This is almost unstoppable to Lance Moore.
I mean, he got so many weapons. You see him spreading the ball around. He's got so many guys to go to. And when you get in man, that's to his favor.
38 consecutive games now for Drew Brees with a touchdown pass. He almost had another one here, but Sproles would step out of bounds, tight roping the sideline. He's going to get 22 down to the 34, and then on the very next play, again, like a surgeon, the play fake. And look at the time he had. Over the middle, Devery Henderson. He gets inside the red zone, knocked out of bounds on the 11. And then when you have a weapon, you talk about weapons, Jimmy Graham is one of those weapons it's hard to stop.
You know he's going to do the fade, so you got to try to stop the fade. So you got the DB on his heels. He doesn't know what to do. He's on the island.
And he went to the inside, 14-3. Giants get the ball back. Eli Manning pressured, flushed out to his right, and he will throw the ball out of bounds. Giants have to punt now. Saints have 3 timeouts remaining, just over a minute. What do the Saints do with it? We were sitting there watching this game saying, do they get a field goal out of it? All but guaranteed. They would get more than a field goal. Marcus Colston down the sideline. It's good for 50 yards into Giants territory on a perfectly thrown pass. And then 4 plays later, Colston, this time middle of the field for 15. Saints will use their second timeout. They still have 40 seconds to go. I mean, they've hardly even burned any clock. And then it's Lance Moore again.
That's the sign of a great quarterback that can take his team down, make plays, and some of these other quarterbacks should take notes.
How about this? 88 yards, 6 plays, and they took 34 seconds off the clock. That's it. All right, skip to the third quarter. Big hit of the night. Issa Abdul Kadus on Hakeem Nicks. When you think of Hakeem, think of a wide receiver that's not getting up here.
And it's a good hit. That's not an illegal hit. I think that's a good hit.
There was a flag thrown.
Of course, of course.
Well, Nicks was helped off the field. He would return. Giants get a first down near midfield, and then 5 plays later, Brandon Jacobs.
What?
Warren calls him the tiptoed burglar.
He tiptoed over somebody right there.
21-10. He'll cash in for Tom Coughlin and score the touchdown. Is that Roman Harper, I believe, he ran over.
He's looking for more, too. He gives a little back to him. You shouldn't be doing that, though, when you're getting your butt kicked.
Ensuing Saints possession. Brees, look at the pump fake. Look at him hit the brakes. Avoid the sack. Justin Tuck couldn't bring him down. He gets Pierre Thomas for 15. Tom Coughlin would actually challenge and say that Brees was over the line of scrimmage. Alas, he was not. So that play definitely stood. It was Tuck who had him initially there in the backfield. All right, same drive. Now, 1st and goal. Brees, he'll just run it himself. So there's another weapon.
He does it all.
And he would dunk it!
I don't know if he got over the goalpost.
How tall is he? Seriously, how tall technically is Drew Brees? All right, Darrell Scott hit by Tracy Porter. Ball comes out, recovered by Roman Harper. Tom Coughlin uses his last challenge, says the ground caused that fumble, but it did not. Ruling on the field would stand. Saints ball. Greg Williams, your thoughts? Worth a hug. I think that's a hug. Yeah, that's a hug. That's an elbow.
That's what that was.
2nd and 10 now. Giants territory. Brees with a pretty pass to Jimmy Graham. Initially, they said he didn't get in. The officials get together. No replay needed. He did get in.
How do you stop that?
You don't stop that. 2nd of the day for Jimmy Graham makes it 35-10 while somebody is painting a Jimmy Graham portrait. How cool is that? The Giants would have a couple of more highlights. This is one of them. Victor Cruz for a 72-yard touchdown. That would cut it to 35-17, but they're running out of time. Saints get the ball back, and we saw a couple of hard hits. Here's another one, and it's going to be Graham this time. Ooh, Kenny Phillips hit him there.
That's the lean back right there. That's the original lean back hit.
Kenny Phillips was flagged. Graham would run off the field, and Pierre Thomas would then run to the end zone on the very next play. He would score. Mark Ingram would later score. The Manning family, despite Archie's ties to the Saints, not too thrilled. Saints win, and they win big. Final score 49-24. So New Orleans at 8-3 keeps the distance between them and Atlanta.
First game without Ndamukong Suh and Drew Brees, and the Saints coming off that dominating Monday night performance when they racked up 577 total yards. That's Nick Fairley trying to fill Ndamukong Suh's shoes. And Fairley getting in the backfield gets Mark Ingram. That's Auburn all over Alabama right there.
There's the rookie.
Like that. That's what you wanted to see them start. My most play inspired guy from this morning.
You inspired him, Mike.
3-0 Saints on top, and
look at him go. He's only had 6 tackles in 6 games, and he shows up today.
He jumped out. Kurt Warner hit me on the text saying, boy, Fairley, he's playing inspired.
But Fairley had to leave the game after aggravating that foot injury that they kept him out earlier in the season. Mark Ingram here.
He really played inspired, too.
This guy's a Heisman Trophy winner, but he's part of the rotation out of the backfield.
What is that? I don't know, but
that's 10-0. And if Aaron Rodgers weren't having the kind of season he's having, this guy would have MVP written all over him. Drew Brees to Robert Meacham.
Safety leaving the corner yards to dry. You had 3 defenders jump on the crossing route and leave the post wide open. I know it was a great play action, but the tight end is causing so much.
Jimmy Graham.
Is so much attention. The safety left the middle of the field wide open.
And no pressure up the middle. No Suh, no Fairley. And Brees steps into his pass there. And now here's Jimmy Graham.
There's your guy.
10 yards there, 1:05 left in the first half, and it's Brees. That's arguably the top offseason acquisition.
Oh, right there.
Darren Sproles.
That's that Shetland pony.
And there's the reason the Chargers are having the problems they are.
22 yards, 22 seconds left. Brees, the pump fake to Moore.
Oh, he looks off the safety and gives himself a lot of room against 2 deep zone over the top of that linebacker.
That's a nice throw right there.
Saints on top 24-7. Patrick Robinson blocked a Jason Hanson punt. Third quarter now. And it's Maurice Morris in for the injured. Kevin Smith takes up the middle for a 4-yard gain. There's a penalty, though. Titus Young called for unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, that's right there. Official, you know? Come on, Titus.
Your best player just got suspended for 2 games. And you do something stupid like that.
Dominic Raiola getting in Young's grill. Next line's possession. Stafford looking for Megatron, who's got everyone beat. Throws a little short.
Throw it out there, Matthew.
Malcolm Jenkins knocks it away, but Jabari Greer called for illegal contact. The Lions are in business. First down. A couple of plays later on a 2nd and 7.
Referee too.
It is Stafford looking for Tony Scheffler. 36 yards.
Stafford looked good today throwing the ball too, Coach.
Yeah, he looks confident, and of course that finger must not be bothering him as much.
Stafford now on a 1st and goal to Morse.
Nice study.
Morse does a nice job leaning in. So Lions down just 24-17. They go 9 plays, 92 yards, and 5:54.
Yeah,
Schwartz
got
momentum is wearing Honolulu blue.
All right, 24-17 here. Stafford throwing deep to Nate Burleson.
Oh, come on, Nate. I know you didn't get many of these this season, but you got to hold your balance. They're big play, nice throw.
47 yards, 3rd and 12. Stafford looking to Calvin Johnson, but it's broken up by Raymond Humber.
You got to get the knees of the defensive lineman. You got to get their hands down so we can throw the screen. Come on, offensive lineman.
Hanson missed a 55-yarder and gave the Saints great field position. Jimmy Graham, 16 yards to the 36. 2nd and 7 now. It is Brees to Graham for another 13-yard gain. He's just such a big target.
He's a big target. He's the leading tight end in the National Football League in receptions.
Best tight end.
Mr. Steady.
Bodies him up well.
And now it's Brees. Dumps it off to Sproles.
That's Shetland pony. No, watch him hit it, Mooch. Watch him hit it.
He's rolling.
Saints on top 31-17. Lions trying to stay in it. Stafford incomplete to Brandon Pettigrew.
Okay.
And you cannot have these penalties.
Oh, don't hit the official.
Team has the personality of their coach.
Oh, come on. Look at this. Come on, man. You can't push the route.
Pettigrew called for unnecessary roughness. The Lions imploding here. Stafford now is going to be sacked for a 15-yard loss, but there's a penalty on the play for a late hit.
Playing a little bit too much and too long after the whistle, guys.
No, that wasn't.
Cameron Jordan called for roughing the passer, so it's a first down
We don't need that.
for the Lions. 3rd and 2 now. Stafford looking for Megatron. Malcolm Jenkins knocks the ball loose. It is incomplete. And so 4th and 2 here with 3:08 left.
Yeah.
Stafford rolling out, but Tracy Porter is there. This is what the Saints did a couple years ago when they went to the Super Bowl. They had all those turnovers. And they haven't been able to get as many turnovers as this year. They're starting to pick it up, though. Saints improved to 9-3.
Saints and Titans. Drew Brees, 4,031 passing yards this season, best in the NFL. And Sean Payton off the crutches for the first time since Week 6.
And the Saints outside for the first time in a while.
Second quarter, Hasselbeck's pass tipped and incomplete, and Hasselbeck shaken up on the play. Pulls up limp on his left leg, calf injury.
Wow. I hate to laugh, but I've never seen a guy more self-inflicted injuries on a player than that Hasselbeck. Remember the hip
you know
last
about
year?
this? This is the first time. Great catch. I believe they ruled it incomplete, and I believe it stood.
Wow.
Saints hadn't been outside to play a game in 8 weeks. This was the 8th week.
That's a touchdown all day.
But play stands as an incomplete pass.
Called it incomplete on the field. They reviewed it. Saints challenged it and did not get the result they wanted. Yeah.
Field goal made it in New Orleans 9-3. So Jake Locker coming on in. And looking good, too. Hits Damian Williams, little spin and a sprint for 54 yards.
That always helps that yards.
I have to tell you as well, Jake Locker has done some really good things. I've liked what I've seen from him this year. And that's a face mask. That's cheating.
Face mask on Roman Harper.
Yeah, that's cheating.
The book on Jake Locker was he was a very good runner coming out of college and tries to run it in there.
Tough
Didn't
kid,
get
too.
in.
Tough
Gave the
kid.
body up.
Great play by Locker. Extends the ball inside the pylon. He did get in. The Titans take a 10-9 lead. Look at that play. Jake would also throw the ball very well today.
That's a triple axle, isn't it? Stuck the landing.
Into the fourth quarter, 3rd down and 6. Drew Brees waiting, and finding a wide open Marcus Colston.
Wow. I guess if you get that much time. That's one of the things that really has improved from the Saints recently is their ability to protect their quarterback.
And I think it has to do with the fact that they're running the ball better.
See Brees just step up there, make it look so easy. Colston again, 28-yard touchdown.
Well, for him, it was easy.
You're right.
How about just the accuracy? 36 of 47.
There's a good ball right there.
Great ball there.
That's nice.
Great throw.
Locker to Nate Washington, 40-yard touchdown. Titans cut that New Orleans lead to 22-17. Next Titans possession. Locker back to pass, lit up by Tracy Porter. It is ruled a fumble and recovered by the Saints. The Titans challenge the fumble. Locker is down. So Matt Hasselbeck hustling to get ready once again to the sideline.
He doesn't look like he's really mobile at this point. Oh. And you know what right there? Tracy Porter.
Good tackle.
Good tackle. Sure. Put his head to the side.
The Locker would leave for a play. Hasselbeck coming on back in to the game he originally started. 3 plays later, 4th and 1. Locker on the quarterback sneak does not get it. The Saints take over.
So you think game over, right?
Nope.
Next Titans possession. Look at this throw.
Wow. And that's just beautiful.
Nate Washington, 40 yards to the 5.
We've seen some great throws by some rookie quarterbacks this year.
Well, the question never was, if you think about it, was the fact that they had the arms.
Yeah.
2 plays later, 7 seconds remaining.
Great play
Locker.
by Porter. Great play by Porter there.
5 seconds left.
Ball's got to come out.
Yep.
Ball's got to come out.
Give somebody a chance.
No time left. You got to throw it somewhere.
Think about it. There was a second left, so the ball comes out. You throw it to the back in the end zone, and then you got another shot.
Yeah. Throw it away.
Look at that. All the Titans wide receivers covered or on the ground.
And again, and that's fine. Throw the ball out the back of the end zone because there was time left.
One more
Throw
play.
the ball out.
And it wasn't 4th down either, so you had a chance.
If you sink that clock, you'll see there was time.
Saints are just a different team. Good win, but they are not the same. This team averages 40 points per game at home, 6-0 at home. They now move to 4-3 on the road, but just not the same explosive group away from the dome.
And it begs the question, we've talked about the only team that most people feel are capable of handling the Green Bay Packers is the Saints offensively. But the problem still remains outside, to your point. Can't put points on the board. And they really struggled to score.
3 times inside the red zone, they settled for 3 field goals.
The Saints visiting another dome. And Adrian Peterson is back from Minnesota after missing the last 3 games. Drew Brees leading his Saints. First quarter, they were down 3-0, and Brees hooks up with Lance Moore in the end zone for a touchdown. Brees now with a touchdown pass in 41 straight games, as second in NFL history. So they're up 7-3 on the road. On to the second quarter. Still up 7-3, and then Drew Brees is caught off guard by a snap. And the Vikings pick it up. Everson Griffin picks it up. Brees not even ready for the snap. It just goes straight past him. He didn't even know what happened, but he is able to make a touchdown-saving tackle. And the Vikings would end up with a field goal, so that saved them 4 points. But the Saints would go back to work. Brees with the dump off to Darren Sproles. He goes up the sidelines, slips a man still on his feet, takes it inside the 30-yard line to the 25-plus. The late hit there out of bounds, a personal foul called, so that adds on 15 yards. And then Drew Brees to Jimmy Graham would end the drive with a touchdown. Saints go up 14-6 for Jimmy Graham, his 9th touchdown of the season. Former basketball player at Miami does the slam dunk as he puts the Saints up 14-6. But Adrian Peterson, after the Saints failed on an onside kick attempt, he would break free into the open field, finally brought down after a gain of 39. He had 10 carries for 60 yards. And then, same drive, 2 plays later, Christian Ponder with the shovel pass. And it goes to Toby Gerhart. Does he get in? He loses the football. Yes, a touchdown is ruled on the field. Saints only up by 1 now, 14-13. Their ensuing possession, a 3rd and 4 for Brees inside the 20. He's got traffic in front of him, finds a man downfield. It is Darren Sproles in traffic, a 13-yard score. Saints go up 21-13, and that was the score at halftime. Third quarter, Saints' first possession of the second half. Drew Brees, he was back around midfield and throws it downfield to Jimmy Graham. Takes it down to the 26. Graham, 7 catches, 70 yards on the ballgame. Then 3 plays later, Brees with the play fake. Looking end zone, he finds John Gilmore. And Gilmore, it was his 6th career touchdown. Puts the Saints up 28-13. And New Orleans was just rolling at that point in the second half. Just more punishment by New Orleans offense. Brees, all kinds of time on 3rd and 4, goes across the middle to Lance Moore. Moore going free into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the game. This one, a 47-yarder. Brees, 32 of 40, 412 yards, and 5 touchdowns in the game. He also set an NFL record with his 11th 300-yard passing game of the season.
At the Dome with your 2 NFC South contenders in the building. Mike Smith and the Falcons have already clinched a playoff spot. Drew Brees and the Saints can wrap up the South, and Brees can also get to Dan Marino and break his single-season passing record. Opening possession, it was 3-0. Matt Bryant hit a field goal, and Drew Brees goes to work carving them up. Lance Moore for 38. Now Brees is 267 away. We'll be keeping track here, Marino, on the bottom of the screen here. Pierre Thomas, 4-yard touchdown. And then what do we think of the celebration with the bow here?
It was fitting for the holidays.
You like that?
I like it. It's going to cost them a little bit, but I like it.
Remember Joe Horn had the cell phone in that same end zone and that same padding, so pretty good.
So we are spreading holiday cheer. That's what that was. Next possession, Matt Ryan to Julio Jones. Happy for the holidays for 25. That gets him down to the 37. And then 4 plays later, Julio, 21-yard touchdown. His 6th of the year, Charles.
That's why they went to get him, right? To try and keep pace with a team like the New Orleans Saints. And early on, it was working.
All right, let's keep track of Brees here. Here he is, second quarter. This is 10-7. Marcus Colston over the middle. He, too, is going to be a free agent. 14 yards there. Then 4 plays later, it's Colston for 8 in the touchdown. 10-play drive now. Brees is 208 away from the record. Let's move on. 14-10. Brees. They were 5 for 5, 3rd down at that point. They're going to get the pass interference on Sean Weatherspoon. Keeps the drive alive. And then he gets picked in the end zone. intended for Jimmy Graham. It gets deflected to Dominic Franks. What do we see here, guys? How'd this happen?
Well, the ball went through Graham's hand. It was a heads-up play.
Little
Knocked
volleyball.
it in the air. Yeah, a little volleyball, keeping the play, keeping the ball in play.
Drill, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Falcons get it on the 20. They would punt. Saints get it back. 1:10 remaining. Brees down the sideline to Robert Meacham for 41. So now Brees is 86 away from the record, and he will end the first half with just beautiful movement of the pocket. Touchdown to Jimmy Graham.
Look at that footwork. I mean, here's a guy who can move around in the pocket, keep his eyesight down the field on his targets, and make plays.
Brees needed 75 more when they got to the break. Third quarter, Brees wants it all, maybe right here. Except he won't get it. Double covered. Wanted Meacham. Gets Dante Robinson. He's going to fight and get 14 yards back to the Falcons' 30. But Atlanta can't do anything with it. They would go 3 and out on that next possession. So let's set up Drew Brees again. Except they'll keep it on the ground. Darren Sproles for 36 to midfield. He had a huge game. Big kickoff return as well. Then he almost busted for a touchdown. 5 plays later, Brees again, and he spreads around. Spreads it around to everyone. Meacham, 24 and a touchdown. He's 31 from the record now.
Again, it's the footwork, it's the movement, the ability to move in and out of the pocket, keep his eyes downfield, as you pointed out, Willie, and throw the strikes for touchdowns.
Now we have a game. It's 31-16. Still plenty of time. 11 minutes remaining, but Julio Jones can't hold on to the football. Ball comes out. Scott Chanley hit him. Malcolm Jenkins picked it up. 30-yard touchdown, and for all intents and purposes, that ended the game. It made it 38-16. Brees knows they are now NFC South champions, but he still has time for the record. 4 minutes remaining. Marcus Colston for 20. Gets him, or for 12, beg your pardon, gets them near the 20. He's 18 away. 2 plays later, Devery Henderson for 11. He's now 7 away from the record. Sean Payton is not going to take his foot off the gas here, is he?
Of course he is.
Of course he is.
Get it?
Darren Sproles, 9-yard touchdown, and there it is. A couple of former Chargers and a bit of history. 5,087 yards. He passes Dan Marino, the new single-season passing record, and he still, guys, has a game to go. Pose for the photo. 45-16, Saints over the Falcons. They are your NFC South champions. But Brees has a piece of history. Your single-season passing record, 50-87. And he still has another game left. He passes Dan Marino.
Panthers at the Saints. Cam Newton in Carolina. They've won back-to-back games. Drew Brees broke Dan Marino's record for passing yards last week. And the Saints get off to an early start with Chris Ivory breaking up the middle, untouched into the end zone for a 35-yard score. Saints go up at home 7-0 early. But Carolina would come back. Cam Newton with the fade pass to Steve Smith with the touchdown. A 12-yarder ties the game at 7. Then next Saints possession, a 3rd and 5. Brees back to pass. Looks back part of the end zone. Marcus Colston goes up high for the touchdown grab, a 15-yarder, giving the Saints a 14-7 lead. But Carolina trying to come back. Cam finds some time, rolling to his right, directing traffic. He hits Steve Smith, and Smith gets both feet down, a 20-yard gain. And on that play, Steve Smith becomes the franchise leader all-time in receptions, passing Muhsin Muhammad with 697. Then, a couple plays later, Cam in the shotgun hands it off to Jonathan Stewart, who scoots up the middle and gets into the end zone almost untouched. A 29-yarder ties the game at 17. Still just over a minute left in the half. Could New Orleans add some more points? With Drew Brees back there, you know it. Got plenty of time. Pump fakes, then bombs one to the end zone. Marcus Colston comes down with it. His second touchdown catch of the game, a 42-yarder. Colston, 7 catches, 145, and the 2 touchdowns. Saints go up 24-17 at halftime. Then, third quarter, first possession for Carolina of the second half, and Cam Newton is sacked and brought down. Looks like he's in pain after being sacked for the 16-yard loss. He would stay in the game. Then, Saints get the ball back. Drew Brees on the play fake, looking down the field to Jimmy Graham, who makes the grab, a 29-yarder. Graham with a one-handed catch, flexing his muscles. He did a little stiff arm. Looks like he got away with a face mask, but he had the nice one-handed catch. And then 4 plays later, go right back to Graham again in the end zone for the touchdown, a 19-yarder. And on that catch, Jimmy Graham passed Kellen Winslow for the most single-season receiving yards by a tight end. Man, Brees on the play fake dumps it off to his fullback Jake Collins for the touchdown on their next possession. They are just rolling at this point, 38-17. This game was once tied at 17. The Saints just running away with it, answering with another touchdown. Brees going for his 5th touchdown pass of the game. That to Darren Sproles, a 9-yarder. The 3rd time this season, Brees with 5 touchdown passes in a game. Saints up 45-17. Then they hand it off to Darren Sproles. He gets an 8-yard pickup and sets the NFL record for all-purpose yardage in a season.
Wild card Saturday, Lions in the playoffs for the first time since 1999. Great job by Jim Schwartz and Martin Mayhew, Prime, your former teammate at Florida State.
He played the other corner.
And Sean Payton and the Saints.
Come back, Brett.
Brett Favre in the house as well. National championship game being played Monday featuring LSU. Matthew Stafford hits Calvin Johnson for 22 yards and a Lions first down. Great opening drive here for Stafford and the Lions. He finds Titus Young 15 yards there on a 3rd and 7. Moving the chains. 3 plays later on a 1st and goal. And Phillip, this is just how you draw it up when they scratch out the first 15. You like this game plan, huh?
I'm telling you, Stafford was, I don't even know if he missed that first drive. He spread it all around. That's the thing. You got Calvin Johnson, but he's got other guys, other weapons, and they came up big on that drive.
Hit Will Heller for the 10-yard touchdown. Drew Brees, though, coming right back. 23 yards to Devery Henderson. Remember, no Lance Moore out this game with a hamstring injury. 2nd and 2 now. It's Brees to Colston. Stephen Tulloch, though, comes up with a nice play, fumbles. It's recovered by Justin Durant. So these are the kinds of turnovers that you need.
Not the character of this Saints team.
But the Lions didn't take advantage of it. And so they ended up punting the football. And on the next Saints possession, it is Brees to Pierre Thomas on the screen on a 3rd and 10.
We give Sproles a lot of credit, but this guy has been consistent.
And keep in mind, no Mark Ingram for the last quarter of the season with a foot injury. Thomas, more of that consistency,
nice.
Prime.
Great
31
blocking
yards.
downfield. You can only break a run like that when you have good blocking by the receivers downfield.
And now 3rd and 1 at the Lions' 2-yard line. It is Darren Sproles.
That Shetland pony's nice.
For the 2-yard touchdown. And Phillip, we don't have to tell you how special a player Darren Sproles is.
I'll tell you what, big-time player, and he usually hurts you more receiving. He had 10 carries for 51 yards tonight.
Game tied up at 7. Lions coming right back. Stafford to Calvin Johnson, 18 yards. The first down at the 31-yard line.
It's incredible how they consistently get him the ball.
And I like the fact that the game plan was, let's just come out and let's throw it. Stafford and Nate Burleson. Another pickup of 21 yards. 3 plays later, it's Stafford to Calvin Johnson for the touchdown.
Well, you know he's going to get it, but you still can't stop him.
Johnson gets both feet down. Stafford 6 for 8, 73 yards on that drive. Lions on top 14-7. Keep in mind, Calvin Johnson finished the regular season with 2 200-yard games in his last 3. Here, Brees is hit by Willie Young, fumbles. It's recovered by Justin Durant. But the problem is the whistle blew before the recovery. So the Lions couldn't advance it. They could just take possession. That would have been a touchdown.
Would have been a touchdown. And at the end of the day, it's still another fumble, another turnover that they didn't get any points out of, but that should have been a touchdown there.
And now Brees to Colston. 23 yards and a first down for the Saints. 1:43 left in the half on a 4th and 1 here. And Sean Payton's a gambler, going for it. Chris Ivory picks up the first down. Saints are still in business. 21 seconds
push
left.
by the offensive line.
Saints are out of timeouts. And here it's Brees to Colston. It's called a touchdown, plus Amari Spivey is called for unnecessary roughness because of the hand to the helmet there. But they took a look at this because every scoring play is reviewed, and they saw that the ball did pop out. But still, the penalty, it stood. 16 seconds left now. Brees can't find anybody. And so he backs up.
You catch the ball, half's over. Catch the ball for an interception, the half's over.
That's why he's
getting no points.
Looking for Jimmy Graham there. 8 seconds left. Brees.
Catch the ball, interception, half's over. No points.
So
Back-to-back plays.
John Casey came on out on a 24-yard field goal, 14-10. Saints down at the break. Third quarter.
And then it starts to...
At some point, the offense is going to just start to click, and they're not going to give you the opportunities. Here's Brees to Robert Meacham, although he drops his pass right here, right in his hands.
Can't blame it on the lights, can't blame it on anything. You just flat out dropped that within a game of this magnitude.
All right, head on back up, we'll give it to somebody else.
Well, and Philip, you know it. You've got Floyd, you've got Jackson, and you've also got a big tight end there. Drew Brees got a ton of weapons as well.
I'm telling you, there he finds Devery Henderson right down the seam. Their hard run action. Anytime they hard run action, you see both backs there to help. These guys can really run up the field, and like we've mentioned, Drew's as accurate as anyone.
Primetime nominee right there. Saints go 78 yards in 4 plays. Bam, bam, just like that. Going forward here on a 4th and 1 at their own 38-yard line. How about that for guts?
Mooch, is that 5 points of pressure or 8 points of pressure?
Drew Brees up and over for the first down. 2nd and 3 now. It is Brees to Colston. 40 yards on the line. Colston's out at the 3.
That secondary still in the shower, cooling off right now.
And then 13th play of the drive, and Jason, this is what happens. Jimmy Graham's wide open. Defense,
yeah, a little
they
bit of
can't
confusion.
get set.
A little bit of confusion defensively, and you just can't do that. And it's a great job by Drew Brees getting them lined up quick and throwing it out there. I mean, you can't have it. You just can't have it.
Just like that, Saints on top 24-14. You know Graham can get up to get down. Hooper in college at Miami. 24-14. Stafford coming right back. Triple coverage, no problem.
No matter.
Megatron can get it.
The best in the business. Arguably the best in the business.
And Philip, how about this catch by Calvin Johnson? The presence of mind to come back to get the football.
Great catch and great throw. You know, Stafford was under pressure. He had to throw it early. He threw it to where his guy could get it, and nobody else could.
3rd and goal. Chargers, is this in the Chargers playbook here, Philip, on 3rd and goal?
I've had a few to the pylon. I get ragged a long time by how long it takes me to get to that pylon. Great run there.
That one was called a touchdown. All scoring plays were reviewed. There you see the back knee and the ball. The back knee touches down the ground. At the same time, the ball hits the pylon, so the play stood. 24-21. Saints going forward again on 4th down. It is Darren Sproles.
You had to play defense, but you did account for Darren Sproles' running ability. Philip, probably the best offseason acquisition in the game.
Couple of plays later, all looking for Brees and looking for Meacham. Aaron Berry, though, doesn't come over the interception.
You got to make that play. Separates the good from the great.
Right through Berry's arms. And now on a 3rd and 2. Who's that guy? Brees to Sproles.
That's that Shetland pony.
And Philip, we talked about it, even though he's about 5'5", 5'6", so strong.
So strong. He was pound for pound, probably the strongest guy on our team, and just what a great player.
17-yard touchdown scamper for Sproles, and Jim Schwartz all over his defense here. Guys can't get your arms around that little guy. Saints on top 31-21. Stafford looking for Titus Young. At some point, this is going to happen too. Picked off by Jabari Greer. You keep taking shots, you eventually get behind, and that's when that Saints defense gets a little bit more opportunistic.
So they were still in the game here. It was only a 10-point game, and this is the difference. The Saints defensive backs made the plays, and Detroit, as we saw, has dropped 3 interceptions already.
And Drew Brees is not taking his foot off the gas.
Philip said earlier, he holds that safety in the middle of the field, pumped him down the seam, had a cover 2 call, wanted to keep that safety in the middle because he knew that he had the receiver running down the sideline wide open, not one-on-one. There he goes right there.
Saints owner Tom Benson loves it, and Robert Meacham 56 yards later, he's in for the touchdown.
Could have did a moonwalk in the end zone.
Meacham had 4 catches, 111 yards. Lions down 17 at this point. The clock is a serious issue. Stafford, it's Calvin Johnson.
When you see cornerbacks trying to hit the receiver low, you know he's the man.
A couple of plays later, Stafford and Nate Burleson. So at this point, Saints defense, they're definitely going to bend. Up 17 with just under 5 left. Stafford goes back to his favorite target, Calvin Johnson. Led the NFL on receiving yards this year, 1,681. 12-yard touchdown. What a day for Johnson. 12 catches, 211 yards, and a couple of TDs. But on the onside kick, Jonathan Amaya there with the recovery, so the Saints take over. And Phillip, Drew Brees is not taking his foot off the gas, is he?
Well, you know, you play Tampa 2, and he finds a way to beat you up the field, and so you go single safety, and he throws his guy open, and those guys go and make plays.
Gets Meacham again there, 41 yards. And Pierre Thomas with the final touchdown of the night for the Saints, 45-28. Brees throws for 466 yards and 3 touchdowns. And the Saints, after losing a year ago in the wild card round to the Seattle Seahawks, 7-9, they make it academic in their first playoff matchup this year. Drew Brees throwing for 466 yards and 3 touchdowns. Saints are moving on. They'll face the Niners. Classic that took place in San Francisco. Jim Harbaugh trying to fire up his quarterback, Alex Smith.
He better fire him up.
Coming off the bye week. Meanwhile, Sean Payton and the Saints rolled past the Detroit Lions in the wild card weekend. Drew Brees in 8 postseason games had only thrown 2 interceptions. Brees looking for Jimmy Graham here, and Graham takes a hard fall. Dante Whitner was called for pass interference. Graham had back spasms, so he left the game.
To come back. Pretty good call. Dante Whitner hit everything he saw in opposing colors today.
This set the tone right here, 3rd and 6. Pierre Thomas.
Oh, what did I say?
By Whitner right there. Thomas falls asleep. Patrick Willis with the recovery.
Praying for you, man. Crouton. Good hit.
It was originally ruled that he was down by forward progress, but then overruled and called a fumble. And it was a hard-hitting affair all day long. Here come the 49ers. Alex Smith sacked by Roman Harper. He loses the football. Frank Gore recovers.
You like that. You like that in a playoff game.
Energy.
Saints coming right back. 3rd and 8, Brees. Look out. It's the rookie, Aldon Smith, his 15th sack of the season.
15 for a rookie.
He has an impressive season. Wow.
49ers now on offense. Alex Smith to Vernon Davis, a primetime nominee. Davis going 49 yards.
Find your money man at all times. Vernon Davis, effective all game.
And up over the goalpost like Jimmy Graham there.
Let's slap him in the face.
Saints coming right back. Brees looking for Adrian Arrington, but it's picked off by Deshaun Goldson. Remember, this Niners defense, #1 in turnover differential, plus 28. They had 38 takeaways this year. Donovan, what happened here on this play?
Well, if you take a look at Drew Brees here, we circled Carlos Rogers coming off the slot, going to a 5-step drop, trying to play it with his feet. You take a look at the tight end. He has it across the face of the linebacker. He has nothing but real estate over there to the left. He didn't do that. You see Drew try to pump here to get the safety to bite. He sees Arrington going into a void. But take a look underneath. No one underneath to guard Sproles. Look at the real estate there. Trying to be too aggressive, leading to an interception by Ghost.
And the 49ers defense showing you why they are opportunistic. Big pick there. So here comes Alex Smith on a 3rd and goal to Michael Crabtree, Larry. And just like that, 49ers on top 14-0.
But that was an amazing play by Crabtree and Alex down in the red zone. They struggled throughout the year with that, in that category, but they were able to connect on that one.
Brian, more problems holding on to the football.
We already showed you this for 1 or 2 reasons. He's a big player, boo-boo. First of all, when you lose control of a kickoff, fall on the ball. Do not try to pick it up and advance it. Something's terrible is going to happen, and that's just what did happen.
Medea Williams with the recovery. 3 Saint turnovers in the first quarter. Second quarter, same score. Alex Smith here on a 3rd down. And this is, Donovan, what they coached him to do so well. If it's not there, throw it away.
Well, you know what? You want to protect the ball down there. You can go with the 3 points, but still keep the play alive a little bit. I believe he had some guys moving free. Give him some time.
Settle for a David Akers field goal. 17-0. Here come the Saints. Brees to Sproles. Dante Whitner. Did Whitner come up with the football? It was ruled a fumble on the field. Sean Payton challenged the call. And you can clearly see Sproles does have possession, knee and shoulder both down. So the ruling was reversed.
Correct call by the refs there on that play.
Whitner is balling.
How about this pass, Larry, to Jimmy Graham?
Jimmy Graham is such a matchup, a nightmare for anybody up that seam. When he goes up and makes the play, this is after his back is locked up on him, and he still finds a way to be productive.
And Prime Brees put that ball where only
right
Graham
on the money.
could get it.
Not only on the money, but versus a all-pro linebacker at that.
17-7. Graham couldn't get up to do his traditional dunk. Back bother there. How about Adrian Arrington? Had 2 catches all season long. Gets one here. 14 yards. You want to talk about a perfect pass, Donovan, to Marcus Colston.
You know what? You put it in a position where only your receiver can get it. You talk about a 6'4" receiver. Put it up top. Put it in a position where he can go up and compete for it, and this will be your end result.
Saints down by just 3, 17-14. Saints now get it back, and it's Brees looking for Devery Henderson, but Terrell Brown.
Guys, let me tell you something. It's only a few cornerbacks in the game today could make that type of play. That was a phenomenal play, great timing, and going to get it at its highest point.
Brees' second interception of the day.
Only thing he didn't do is hold it up. He's supposed to hold that up.
Coming into this game, he had only thrown 2 interceptions in 8 career postseason games. 4 turnovers for the New Orleans Saints at this point. The Saints defense, Greg Williams kept dialing up blitzes. Alex Smith sacked by Malcolm Jenkins here, 13 yards. Darren Sproles back to receive the punt, but he can't hold on to the football. Colin Jones recovers. The 5th Saints turnover of the day.
Special teams playing such a major part in this game, backing the Saints back into bad territory all day. Great job.
Michael Crabtree's got to catch that ball on 3rd and 7, Larry, and 3 drops today.
Yeah, he struggled today. He made the one early play, touchdown down in the red zone, but he had some difficulty catching the football today.
Can you give him a corner some credit? He got it up out of there.
Great job by the corner.
There you go.
No, we make that play.
There you go, Larry. Brees on the move now. 31 yards to Colston. He does a nice job spinning and winning. And 3 plays later on a 3rd and 8. It's Brees trying to get further in San Francisco territory. But what about the year Justin Smith has had?
All-pro season by Justin Smith. He's been playing so well all season, being such a force in the middle, stopping the run and forcing the quarterbacks to get it out of his hands.
Took him out of field goal range. Another great play, Prime, from a defensive back. This time, Carlos Rogers.
You know, sometimes when you look up on the stat line and you see cornerbacks making interceptions, you say, well, they just had a good year. Carlos Rogers, ever since he's come to San Francisco, has been playing lights-out football from the cornerback position.
Couple of plays later, Brees looking for Arrington. But Rodgers does it again on a 3rd and 10, gets his hand in there.
We got to have that. That's a very important play by the receiver. We need him to come down.
I'm saying the same thing for the corner. We got to have that.
Brees now dumps it off to Darren
Shetland Pony.
12 yards. And Deion, you call Sproles the best on-season acquisition.
And I didn't stutter.
4th quarter now. It's Brees looking for Marcus Colston. And that ball's incomplete. Reggie Smith on the coverage.
Should have been complete. He's a little scared.
That's the play that we've seen Marcus Colston make timeless times for Drew.
Yeah, that's a tough play.
So they had to settle for a 48-yard John Casey
tough if it
field
hit
goal.
you, ain't it?
Alex Smith getting lucky there. Kyle Williams should have had it.
Larry would have called it.
Patrick Robinson can't squeeze the pick, Prime.
Yeah,
he didn't even see the football.
He didn't see the football. He's going to make the tackle. That's the difference between good and great. Great, we expect the ball.
Here. Okay. Saints get it back. Brees dropped by Ahmad Brooks. The Niners defense applied pressure all day long. They kept bringing pressure up the middle. Look at Smith. Just right over Jermon Bushrod to grab Brees.
Looking like a young Jumpy Gathers. You remember Jumpy used to put him on the forklift and walk him straight back to the quarterback. He balled out today. You need some oxygen, baby. You deserve it.
So the 49ers up 3 here in the 4th, and finally, Frank Gore finds a little daylight. 42 yards down to the 22.
You know, he's been doing a great job all year for that offense, being so effective on the ground, taking a lot of pressure off of Alex Smith all year.
Couldn't get a touchdown, though. Had to settle for a David Akers field goal, a 37-yarder. So the Niners up 6, 23-17. Brees to Devery Henderson. Darren Sproles now on a 3rd and 1. He picks up the 1st down.
2 plays later, Saints kept up the pace offensively all day long, and it's Brees to Sproles, and at some point, you knew this was going to happen. 44 yards for the touchdown, Larry.
Sproles in open field is a nightmare. I don't want those problems, and Dante Whitner didn't either.
Just coming right out the running the ball up the middle to increase for the first down. He's so versatile. Run inside, catch the ball outside, and can block out of the backfield.
What did Alex Smith have? To Vernon Davis, 37 yards. Saints down 1. Check that, Niners down 1. And more here from Smith. He's going to keep it himself a primetime nominee.
Yeah, when you see my face, that means he did something in the doggone place. He is flat out balling today. I believe in Alex Smith.
A lot of people talk about Alex Smith as game manager, but when the time came, made good plays. And here you see the 28-yard scamper. They took a look at this. They thought potentially he may have stepped out of bounds, but it wasn't even close. They went for 2 points here. Alex Smith checked out of the original play, thought he saw something.
That's a bad check. They tricked him with the disguise of the defense.
So the 49ers up 29-24, 2:08 left in the game. What would the Saints have left? Brees to Sproles, 10 yards. Sproles' 14th catch of the day. And 1:48 left. It's Brees over the middle. Jimmy Graham, how did he come down with it?
You know what? That's just putting it up on the top shelf, letting your basketball player go up top to compete for it. And a wonderful job after the catch. That's one that speaks volumes. This guy has been doing it all year long.
One-on-one.
That's a matchup that the San Francisco 49ers like, dude. You have your all-pro. You have your all-pro linebacker, Patrick Willis, who's played with a tag hamstring for a couple of weeks, but he's been able to make that play throughout the course of his career.
Willis, Whitner, Rodgers all there. Graham, 5 catches, 103 yards, a couple of touchdowns. And now this is how you run a 2-point conversion. On the play action, Brees dumps it off to a wide-open Sproles. Sproles, by the way, had 15 catches in this game. That's an NFL postseason record. And Drew Brees, 462-yard passing. He had 466 a week ago. Alex Smith looking for Brett Swain. Swain would have kept running. He had 6.
Yeah, both the guys like they lost where the football was going, and they both slowed down. And unfortunately for San Francisco, he wasn't able to make that play.
Smith to Davis, 47 yards down to the 20.
He's been doing it all game.
31 seconds left now, and it's Smith. He's going to check it down to Frank Gore. Gore can't get out of bounds, so the 49ers spike it with 20 seconds left. David Akers getting ready on the sidelines. Gore had 89 yards on the ground. 14 seconds left. Smith on a rope to Vernon Davis for the touchdown. And the Niners back on top.
Great job by Alex Smith, recognizing Tampa 2 in the red zone, being able to get your tight end involved, put it on his body to protect the ball in the end zone. Vernon Davis, great job, big fella. That's the way to win the game for the team.
An amazing play by Alex Smith and Vernon Davis. Davis, 7 catches, 180 yards, a couple of touchdowns. And how about Alex Smith? 299 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Jim Harbaugh's club moving on. They beat the Saints 36-32. Smith with his first career playoff victory. And Frank Gore, 89 yards on the ground, but it's Davis who ends up being the star. The Niners knock off the red-hot New Orleans Saints.